Hello, everyone. I've tried to take about 10 to 15 minutes to give you a part of a crucial information for you to prepare for this very unique class. It's called the CST 361S. S stands for Service Learning. So in this class, we will apply our computer science skills to help a nonprofit, a school, a government agency to advance the society justice. Kind of in a nutshell, that's what we do. So I'm going to give you that orientation so we can get prepared. You can start the project uh, earlier because our official class start after July 4th. But that's only 8 weeks. A lot of time, it's not enough time to do everything in that 8 weeks. Let's get prepared early, especially try to find the service learning partner as early as possible. Okay, so then we'll go through it. First, I want to just take a quick look at our syllabus. So take a look at this. You should be able to access this on iLearn. So this Tech Tutor is the name of the course. It's an online service learning course in which students instruct computer science, programming, computer literacy, media design, and information system to assist school, nonprofit organization, and community agency to bridging the digital divide. It doesn't have to be tutoring. You can provide any kind of services, tutoring, of course, tech support, research, data analysis, programming, software development, network analysis. All that is good as long as you help a partner that with your technology to help the society. Okay, and take a quick look of the grading. So take a look. There's a lot of paperwork to be done. We'll go through that later. And you have to write a short proposal about what kind of service learning project you're going to do. You have to analyze a community that is underserved. Hopefully, it's the same community your project will serve, but it doesn't have to be. But it has to be a community, at least part of the communities that's underserved, to look at what are they doing, why are they in a kind of injustice state. And every week there's a forum we discuss some social justice issue related to technology. Each team will ask to moderate a week of discussion. And there's a final report, a final video presentation is a documentary of your project. Could be yourself, could be your project, could be the organization you help. And other kind of miscellaneous assignments and your participation in the class. That will be total to 1,000 points. And if you get more than 900 points, you get an A, and so on. The iLearn side, I think, is pretty straightforward. We're going to take a look at the crucial information. So this is iLearn side. You all have access to it now. And make sure if you have any question, post it on the news announcement. Cassandra will be our TA. This will be an announcement to you. Any question, you should post it on Ask Your Instructor or TA. We try to answer that within 24 hours. This is the very crucial information at this point. How to identify a meaningful service learning site. You have a few choices. One is that we're going to give you a list of database, about 600 some community service learning partner. Those are pre-qualified, but unfortunately most of them are within driving distance to the physical campus. So for most of you, those are pretty far away. You have a choice to identify your own, but you need to sign a brief contract with them, which could be someone involved. So if you know the Boys and Girls Club, if you know the library, your local school, those are our good partners. But you need to have their person in charge to sign a short-term agreement before you can start a service to protect you, protect the university and protect the service learning partner. Crucial point. So, and if you are going to work with religious organization, be very careful. Usually those are not the top choice, but work with me. So we will decide if those religious organization is a good partner or not. Okay. So if you find one that's already pre-qualified down on the database of CST, that's great. But if you can't, you have to find your own, and you use this short-term student placement agreement as a legal contract to work with them. Okay. And if you find one that's already pre-qualified, then you use this one. So this short-term student placement agreement is for an organization that was never worked with us before, that you find yourself. If you find one that's already on our list, then you use this learning agreement. Okay. And so go on iLearn, explore the documents, especially this one. You really need to get started now. My hope is that within 2 weeks from today, you already decided your partner. If you couldn't decide your partner by July 4th, you are running dangerously. So let's try to avoid that. Okay, let's go back to our PowerPoint. Oh, so this is the document. Sorry. So this is the document that I mentioned listed in our iLearn. So you can take a look how to identify a service learning partner. Crucial. You should start it right away. So during the 8 weeks of the service learning, these are the typical thing you do. It's not a difficult class. It's just kind of tedious. So you spend about 2 hours reading the documents or magazine excerpt or video, and you will discuss and moderate the discussion on the online forum for about another 2 hours, and you spend about 4 hours at the site. So you add up to about 30 hours during the summer. A kind of perfect scenario is that you start to look for a partner now. You spend about 2 weeks, 3 weeks to find them, get them to review the agreement for a week or two. And so arrange everything right after July 4th. You have 8 weeks and you spend 4 hours a week on your service learning project. Then at the end of the 8 weeks, you got 32 hours. That's a perfect scenario. Although I find out most students might not have that scenario. Every week you spend briefly 15 to 20 minutes to write your learning and your experience during that week. Then there are some other class assignments, especially kind of continue to produce that documentary video as your final report. And that would take another 2 hours. And let's move on, this we talked about. So in this class, this is a minimum requirement to pass the class. You need to have 30 hours of documented services signed off by the site manager or supervisor. You need to produce 5 different forms. Each one is very simple, but you need to have them. First one is that you have either a short-term agreement or online registration with a already qualified partner. That's 50 points. Then between you and them, you need to have a short service learning agreement. What do you do for them? What are you going to learn during this process is 50 points. And towards the end, you need to have a service activity log. It's a table listing all the hours and the thing you do, and each line is initialed by the supervisor. And at the end, you will ask your partner to evaluate your performance. It's a 1 page, pretty simple, and you get to evaluate the site. So those add up. This will add up to about 300 points. So these are the main things. You have to have them to pass the class. And of course, you have online forum participation and other assignments. So these are the minimum requirements. So this summer we have a interesting project that you can choose as your service learning project that's on campus. So some of you with living within say a 2 hour drive, this might be an option for you. If you live pretty far away, this is not an option. So this is what we call a digital artist center. That means you perform your services for the community around campus. Every Friday afternoon from 4 to 7 in our computer science building. The building is called Business and Information Technology Building. We will have a lab. We will announce to the community. There will be kids, elderly, other students coming and say, oh, I need to learn how to use Google Doc, or this computer doesn't boot, or this one have a virus. Can you help me to find out what's wrong? So those are our kind of pro bono services to the community, and that for 3 hours a week plus a couple hours of preparation, that also counts towards your service. That could be your service learning project. We call that project Digital Artist Center. If you're interested in that, let me and let the TA know. We'll prepare that for you. We can start that as soon as possible. And towards the end, you have to produce a service learning, we call service learning documentary or online video presentation, the same thing. This one is a kind of interesting, engaging video that tell the story of either your project, your learning, or your partner. Okay, you can mix all three and make it interesting. This could be a one person. If you service that organization just by yourself, then this will be an individual project. If you go in there as a team, this could be a team project. So in a nutshell, this is what we need to do in the class. We will have official orientation just before the class, and we also have a Q&A session this coming Saturday. So if you have any question, you can go online, ask the question in the forum, or email us, or you can participate this Saturday's Q&A session. Okay, and I want to remind everyone that identify your partner is crucial. Sometimes it does take weeks to decide and reach an agreement what kind of service you are going to help. So start thinking about what kind of schools, government agencies, Boys and Girls Club, Boy Scouts, Girl Scout, YMCA, local library, all these nonprofit could be your partner. And the hope is that this is the beginning of applying your computer science skills to make the society better. And this is just the beginning. Once you get to know how to do it, after you finish this class, even after you finish the degree, you build a passion and a habit of helping the society with your computer science skills. And that's kind of our vision for the class, is that our students not only make a good living, but make a difference. Okay, that's that.